Well, it's that time of year again already, which is exciting, but also time has passed. It is time for us to do our predictions for the 2025 Game Awards nominees.
Yes, it is almost time for Geoff Keighley to descend back down to earth and bless us all with another great year of the Game Awards.
Yes.
And we are here to predict. We have 8 categories that we want to predict. And as always, these are not our personal hopes for what will be nominated.
No.
This is what we think the judges board.
The panel of illustrious judges.
Yes, for the Game Awards will be selecting as nominees.
Right. And he usually does like a big video.
He makes a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It should come at some point in this month of November.
Yes.
So we kind of wanted to get out there and get our predictions on the table.
So one thing to keep in mind is he does have a cutoff for when a game needs to come out to be eligible.
Right.
And last year it was, I think, November 22nd. This year, I was looking very closely all over the TGA website. I did not see the exact date. So we're making an assumption that it's going to be right around the same time. I think that's November 21st this year, which means a game like Metroid Prime 4 is not actually eligible for this year's awards.
Yeah.
Kirby Air Riders squeaking in.
Oh.
Squeaking in.
Rick is squeaking in with his butt.
There's even games that happened late last year, like Indiana Jones is actually eligible for this year. Will anybody remember? I don't know. It happened to Smash Brothers.
That's the danger
happened to
of
Smash
a December
Brothers.
game.
Better get your games out, games industry, or Geoff Keighley won't notice.
That's the danger.
So our first category that we want to talk about here is Best Action Adventure Game. And you always have a bit of confusion around Best Action Adventure and Best Action Game, which we're going to do after this.
Tell us the difference. You tell us the difference right now.
Well, I think, an action game is just that. It is the main thing that you are doing is some sort of an action, whether, combat, shooting, something like that, whereas Action Adventure combines that sort of action with
a gray
with equal parts exploration. So open world games, platformers, Metroidvanias, all of those I would put in the more action adventure game. It is not a clear line for everybody.
It's a gray, nebulous area.
Honestly, a lot of these days, it's like, is it this one or the other? I don't know. But this is a stat category this year.
I was going to say, every year there is always one category that's extremely stacked. Last year we noted it was RPGs.
Yes.
That was an extremely stacked category. This year there are so many action adventure games. I would be curious to see which gets nominated. And for these, he usually has 5 games nominated per category, except for Game of the Year, which is 6 games.
Indeed.
So that's what we have here. And again, not our personal hopes and dreams, but what we think the panel will be picking.
Yeah, we'll be back with those in another video.
Yeah,
when we get closer.
They may be very different than what we're talking about here.
So do you want to kick us off here?
Yes. So this is probably one of my favorite genres of games, side note. But I think, again, in a stacked category this year, my predictions are Hollow Knight Silksong, Monster Hunter Wilds, Split Fiction, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Ghost of Yotei.
Okay. I had a similar list with a few differences. I had Silksong.
Yeah.
I put Silent Hill F in here.
I was wondering about that
And I think that game could actually be a dark horse for this whole game awards.
Such a dark horse.
I think that's a very strong up-and-comer.
Yes, absolutely. People love this game. It seems to be excellent.
I also had Ghost of Yotei, Split Fiction, and Donkey Kong Bonanza are my 5.
Yeah.
I did have a question of wait, if Donkey Kong Bonanza ends up in Best Family Game, can it also be there? But I remember that actually happened last year with Astrobot, where Astrobot won Best Family Game. It can be nominated. It doesn't preclude it from being in multiple. I did not have Monster Hunter Wilds. That was one that was right on the bubble for me.
Yeah.
So interesting. That game started so strong and it kind of
fizzled.
It really lost steam.
Kind of fizzled.
And then I think one of the other big snubs in this category is Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is again so similar to Ghost of Yotei.
No, unfortunately for the timing though.
I think Ghost of Yotei has more critical action going a little bit for it, so I put it in instead of the other.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting start for us. The next category we want to look at is Best Action Game. Again, what do you know what this is? We will find out.
I don't know.
Did you say, was this a cat? You said you couldn't even come up with 5?
I finally did, but I don't know if they're very good.
Maybe I'll go first in this one because I'm feeling more confident about my picks here.
You know what this category is.
My 5 nominees that I think they will include are Battlefield 6.
Okay.
Ninja Gaiden 4, Doom: The Dark Ages,
Yes.
Borderlands 4,
Yes.
and I put Hades 2 in this
Is that an
category.
action game or something else?
We've spent a long time talking about what genre is Hades 2, and this is
Yeah.
where it gets fuzzy.
Yeah, roguelike. It is
I don't know.
action
I
adventure.
mean, I would say this is an extremely action-heavy game, so I kind of lean towards that. But who knows? You could show
could slice and dice
You
this
might
one.
see this appearing in a different category depending on how they define it.
Yes. It's hard
Yes.
to define it against
Yeah.
some of the other action games you have on your own list.
We may also have an interesting scenario where there are two games from the same series because of Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, which
True.
I was thinking about for a little while. Like, ooh, those are both really good examples.
Yeah.
Will that happen? I don't know. It's a rare phenomenon if
That's
it does.
rare. I don't
Two
think-
Ninja Gaiden games.
Yes.
In the same category?
In the same
What?
category and just stacking those votes, huh?
I know, yeah.
Yeah. I have Arc Raiders, which is a game I have not played, but it's extremely well known and has critical acclaim, of course. Doom: The Dark Ages, Ninja Gaiden 4, Borderlands 4, and I put Elden Ring Night Rain here. But I see that's another one where it's like kind of like Hades 2. Is like, is it an action game or is it something?
Or is it an RPG?
RPG. Yeah. See.
I don't know.
You see how this category is problematic.
Arc Raiders, I thought about. Okay, I'm just going to completely.
You can't do that.
I'm going to completely.
You can't do that.
What? You don't even know what I'm going to do. I'm gonna completely step on my own guess here because I was like, well, that's a more multiplayer focused game. That's a better category for that. But then I have Battlefield 6. So what am I talking about? I don't know.
Okay.
It's just a guess. So it's a coin flip. Coin flip.
Flip.
Could definitely be there.
Yes.
Next category we want to talk about is Best RPG, which again was so stacked last year. Absolutely stacked.
This year not as stacked.
It's not as stacked, but it's still very strong.
Oh my gosh.
And it's tricky because these days, almost every game has some sort of an RPG element. So you're, well, is this an RPG? Is that an RPG?
Yeah.
I guess this is as close we can get to the truth of what is an RPG, but we'll see. Why don't you go ahead?
I have the obvious choice, which is Expedition 33, Claire Obscura Expedition 33. I have Like a Dragon, Pirates in Hawaii.
Okay.
Final Fantasy Tactics, Invalid's Chronicles, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Avowed.
Okay.
As my 5.
I have mostly the same list. I have Claire Obscure. I have the Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah, I thought about that game.
Which
I thought about it.
is a game that did not really make a huge impact, but I think
people love
critically,
it. Critically,
it was
doing well,
enjoyed. And that's kind of the trick with these game awards is like, what are the games that the majority of these judges have played? Because you need to get a critical mass of these votes to make it, which is why if you're able to distill everything down to like, oh, here are the 9 or 10 games that the most people have played and enjoyed, you're going to see those games showing up again
over and over again. Yeah.
Because it's impossible for everybody to play everything,
and also,
unfortunately.
It's one of those things where people picked and choose that month what they're playing because they cannot play everything. So
that's kind of the sad truth is there may be games that are great, but not enough people just played.
Yeah, exactly.
Sadly. So I also had Final Fantasy Tactics, Evilist Chronicles. I think that one could be a scratch because that is a remake. They might give preferential treatment to an original game if there's something else they thought was better.
Great game, though.
I also had Kingdom Come Deliverance
that one I think might take,
Another one we debated, is that truly an RPG or action adventure? I'll put it here. I had Avowed. The one game that I do want to talk about is Deltarune.
I thought about Deltarune, but I didn't put it on here for reasons of that game is not complete.
That's exactly what I was thinking too, is we're 4 chapters through that now. We've got many more chapters still to come. So if this game is... It's like what they did with Lord of the Rings with the Oscars. It's like, let's wait till it's done.
Yeah, and you got to wait for all 3 movies.
And then we'll give them all the awards. So I think this game is in a weird place where those chapters were really great. But as far as one of these awards, like I think
it's an incomplete game.
Not everybody's going to agree on that. Although Geoff Keighley he's like, we're nominating this DLC. Maybe he's nominating an incomplete game.
Anything could happen.
Geoff Keighley.
Anything could happen.
He's a wild card.
Yes.
Okay. We're now on to the best independent game, which is a category that it has been advocated that maybe this should be cut. When we do our own Kit and Krysta Game of the Year Awards,
we do not have this.
We don't have this because it is so hard to know what is truly independent.
Yes.
But if he's going to have this category, we'll give our best guess.
Yes, exactly. So
what do you think?
For me, I have The Blueprints, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, Split Fiction, and Absalom.
Okay.
I didn't put Claire Obscura up here because I don't know if being published by Kepler means they're not independent.
Well, what about being published by Electronic Arts like Split Fiction is?
See, I don't This is why it's really hard.
I don't think that game is independent. But yes, Clair Obscur is truly an. I can already imagine the conversations that are going to happen about this. Isn't it? It's an annoying conversation, which is why they should just do away with this. And it's like, just rate these games on the merits of the games themselves.
But I mean, like, you compare that to a Silk Song, which is 2 guys.
Exactly. That is truly independent.
Or like Hades 2, or The Blue Prince.
Yeah.
It's like, you cannot compare Split Fiction or Clair Obscur to those kinds of games.
Anyways, here's what I had. I also had Blue Prince. I did have Clair Obscur in here.
Toss up.
I don't know.
Toss up.
Hades 2, Silk Song, and the 5th game I went with Ball Pit.
Oh yeah, that one's getting a lot of play
a very
right now.
buzzy game right now that, again, is coming in with a lot of heat. I do think Absalom is in a similar boat. They're both roguelites. Both kind of came out at a close period of time. Both have a lot of good momentum for them. So I think you could go with one or the other. I don't think we're going to be seeing Split Fiction in this category.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
But who knows? Who literally knows? I don't know. Call of Duty, best indie game. Yes.
The
best
Nintendo
family
category.
game. Well, the last couple of years it has not been the Nintendo.
But this year I think Nintendo's got a stack.
Nintendo's properly back.
They're back.
And they've got stuff for best family game.
They got some stuff.
So let's talk about this.
Yeah, we used to love, when we worked at Nintendo, we used to love this category because it was a guaranteed win. And even if you lose every single other category.
After getting stomped by Astrobot.
I know. I was saying, when we were there.
That one hurts.
That was like, don't worry, we'll win something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we'll always win
the consolation
something.
prize of best family game.
The consolation prize. But then, last year they got shut out by Astrobot, which was pretty interesting.
No, last year was not a great show for Nintendo as far as winning awards.
Late year Switch.
Yes.
But anyhow, this year they're back with tons of
They're going to have a lot this year.
amazing games.
Yes.
So I have Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 Remaster, Kirby Air Riders I put on here because I'm hoping
we think it will be eligible.
Ekes in, and then a non-Nintendo game, Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
Okay. Once again, I had mostly the same list with one change. So I had Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Kart World. I had Pokemon Legends ZA.
Oh, how did I forget about Pokemon?
In here.
Oops.
That was my. I have that instead of the Galaxy remakes. But who knows? They love these families. They love the Mario. I had Sonic Racing Crossworlds and also Kirby Air Riders.
Yes.
If for whatever reason, if the cutoff is earlier, again, as of right now, Geoff has not said exactly. I do have Power Wash Simulator 2.
People love these games.
I know, these games are huge.
Huge.
And I was like, you could make a good case for that.
Yeah. That's
I don't know.
If there's no Kirby Air Riders, then I'm going to put Pokemon ZA in its place. Because I don't know how I forgot that game, even though I just
You're literally just replaying it.
Played it and beat it. What's wrong with me? Come on.
Okay. We have our final 3 categories. Of course, we're culminating in Game of the Year. But first, we're going to talk about Best Narrative.
This is a great category.
And this is a very good category this year.
Yeah, I'm excited about this category.
What do you think?
So I have Clair Obscur, obviously, Death Stranding 2, Split Fiction, Ghost of Yotei, and Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Okay. Interesting. I have a few more differences with you on this list. So I have Death Stranding 2, yes. Clair Obscur, yes. Silent Hill F, I have here making an appearance. I have Hades 2.
Oh, yeah. That's a very good narrative.
I also have The Outer Worlds 2. And this is one where I did think about Ghost of Yotei, but I think like those two games, that and Assassin, they kind of like neutralize each other.
Yeah, I was either it's going to be they both get on this list or nobody gets on this list. That's exactly what will happen. Actually.
Exactly.
You're so right that they either we recognize both for their independent storytelling of the similar kind of era and the place having taken place in Japan and all that stuff, or they just both not make it.
Right, but that said, like, don't underestimate the power of a big, like, first-party Sony game, really ticking all those boxes that Geoff is looking for. Like, it's cinematic,
it's beautiful,
it's
got like the
presentation,
moments.
Yes. Like,
Ghost of Yotei takes that.
Looks great on his giant screen.
Yeah, you got the leaves blowing and the music's going. You know,
you never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
Good stuff.
All right, best score and music, and this truly is a stat category this year.
This is a great category.
This is going to be a tough one.
I can't wait to hear them perform all of these songs.
I can't wait to hear those 10 seconds of each of these songs.
I can't wait for Lauren Testard to come out for 30 seconds. Thank you. Flying from France just for 30
for
seconds.
Your 10 seconds of glory.
Thank you.
Wow.
Anyhow, Clair Obscur, obviously.
Yep.
Hades 2. Donkey Kong Bonanza,
Oh.
Death Stranding 2, and then a little dark horse of Sword of the Sea.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That game has some heat.
Those last two games that you mentioned, well, I did not have Donkey Kong and I did not have Sword of the Sea. So here's what I
Okay.
have. I have Hades 2,
Yes.
Clair Obscur, Mario Kart World.
Really?
Yes. People love that soundtrack. I have Silk Song, which is a bit more of a like it's not you're not tapping your foot to it necessarily.
ambient.
But I went back and re-listened to some of that. And no, this is really good. And maybe it's just because also when you're playing that game, you're like really focused on the
like, I'm
action.
gonna die?
But it's
Yeah.
like no, that's actually a really strong soundtrack for
Yeah.
that game. So and again, I think people are looking to recognize that game this
They-
year.
of course.
So I have that there, and then I have Death Stranding 2. I did want to call again. I'm back to Deltarune as a wild card here because okay, the game's not finished, but that soundtrack stands on its own of chapters 3 and 4, and that is great stuff.
Maybe.
And let Toby go up there and let Toby cook on this music.
Toby doesn't show his face.
He could do a little
mask.
He could do a thing, yeah.
Do a mask.
Do one of those.
Mask Toby.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So you never know.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right.
I mean, some great music this year. Truly amazing.
All these are great
scores.
picks.
Yeah. Zebra. No,
Didn't quite make it for me.
you didn't
That
like
would
the
be-
breaking through song
that
at
would
the
be-
end of
that would
Donkey
be an
Kong Bonanza?
exciting.
You don't want that. You don't want a performance like Jump Up Superstar.
It's not about what I want.
What do you want?
This isn't about what I want. It's never about what I want. Let's wrap up with Game of the Year. And as you were saying, for this category, instead of the 5 nominees, we have 6.
That's right.
That's how he does it. So, what are your 6?
My 6 are Clair Obscur, Hades 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Ghost of Yote, Death Stranding 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Wow. I have...
Is it exactly the same? Oh, you have Split Fiction.
I have Donkey Kong Bonanza, I have Death Stranding 2, Clair Obscur, Split Fiction, Hades 2, and Ghost of Yote. But now that I think of it, Silk Song is an omission on my part. But
Silk
what do I cut? I think Silk Song is going to be on this list. What do I cut?
You had Split Fiction.
I'm going to cut Ghost of Yote, actually. I'm cutting Ghost of Yote for Silk Song. Sorry.
Real-time decision.
Real-time
Sorry,
decision
sucker punch.
on my part. So it's one of those years where there are maybe like 7 deserving games,
There's going to be some snubs for sure.
but there's 6 slots, and then there are a couple wild cards like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is another one that
It could be
Silent
Hill.
Silent Hill's
Silent
another.
Hill.
So I take that back. Maybe there's like 8 or 9 games.
That's what I'm saying.
That
There
could
is
be deserved. Yeah.
some dark horses.
There's like 5 locks. And then there's like a handful of other
handful,
games that
yeah.
are competing for
And
that last slot.
That's unfortunate because all those games
I know.
are incredible games,
Yeah.
obviously.
Those games
but
are going to be annoyed if they don't make it.
Oof.
Yeah, but that's what's fun
It's gonna
about
hurt.
this.
It's gonna
Yeah,
hurt.
it's fun to see what makes
Yeah.
it and what doesn't.
It's pretty stacked this year, honestly. We were
a good year.
treated to some amazing
Very
games.
good year.
So it's gonna be challenging to like narrow it down to the 6
Right.
to be nominated for
Right,
Game of the
right.
Year. But yeah, that's what we have. I mean, he has a lot more categories than the 8 that
Yeah.
we've talked about here, obviously. But
Like, what is best game direction? We don't know, so we're not going to try and predict it.
exactly. I don't even like art direction
Yeah.
is one that he does. He does so many of like multiplayer,
Yeah.
esports,
It just
something
goes
or
on
another.
and goes on and on and on.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
not doing those. This is why the show is like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
But yes, these are our early predictions for the Game Awards 2025 nominations.
Right.
We obviously will be doing more predictions for like after we see the
What will actually
nominations,
win,
what
yes.
will actually win.
Yeah.
We have our own Kit and Krysta Game Awards, which I would argue is the best Game Awards of the
ones
year
that really
you should
matter.
actually watch, and the one that actually matters, which will have all of our personal picks and our community picks.
Yeah.
So all of that stuff is coming up to celebrate 2025's great games, which is going to be really fun.
Sure is.
Anyways, if you have predictions for nominations, let us know in the comments. We're going to wrap this video up and see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.